AI leaders keep saying the future will be exciting. They keep saying it will be empowering, but they're leaving out the parts that feel uncomfortable. Because what's coming after 2026 changes everything, quietly. Welcome back to NeuroWire Signal, where we go beyond press releases and decode what AI breakthroughs really mean for society. If you want truth instead of marketing, like the video and subscribe. It helps this channel reach more curious minds. Today we're exposing what AI tech CEOs aren't saying out loud about 2026 and beyond. Not predictions, but consequences already set in motion. The gap between public optimism and private reality. When AI CEOs speak publicly, their message is carefully controlled. They talk about productivity, creativity, democratization, and opportunity. They highlight tools that help developers, businesses, and individuals do more with less effort. What they rarely discuss is inevitability. Privately, many leaders understand that AI progress is no longer linear. It's exponential, compounding, and increasingly autonomous. Once certain thresholds are crossed, outcomes stop being optional. They become unavoidable. 2026 is not a random year. It's when several curves intersect. The first thing they don't say, AI will stop feeling like software. Today, AI still feels like a tool. You open an app, you type a prompt, you get a response. That interaction model is already dying. By 2026, most advanced AI will no longer feel like something you use. It will feel like something that operates alongside you, always running, always observing context, always ready to act. Persistent memory, background agents, and proactive systems will make AI less visible and more powerful. The less you notice it, the more influence it has. Why agents change everything. CEOs talk about AI agents as if they're just smarter assistants. In reality, agents represent a structural shift in how work gets done. Agents don't wait for instructions. They monitor goals. They plan steps. They coordinate with other agents. By 2026, many white-collar workflows will be partially or fully agent-driven, not replaced overnight, but hollowed out from the inside. Humans will approve outcomes, not perform processes. That's a massive shift they rarely say out loud. The second thing they don't say, white-collar disruption will be faster than blue-collar. For years, automation was expected to hit physical labor first. AI flipped that script. Knowledge work is easier to simulate than dexterity, judgment in the physical world, and embodied intelligence. As a result, roles once considered safe are now the most exposed. By 2026, expect significant pressure on junior developers, analysts, copywriters, customer support, paralegals, marketing strategists. Not total elimination, but compression. Fewer humans will do the same amount of work, with AI filling the gaps. Why this won't look like mass layoffs. At first, CEOs don't warn about this because it won't arrive dramatically. Instead of layoffs, you'll see hiring freezes, smaller teams, higher output expectations, AI leverage requirements. Jobs won't disappear. They'll quietly stop being created. This makes disruption harder to measure and easier to deny. The third thing they don't say, creativity will be abundant. Attention will not. AI is making content generation trivial. Text, images, video, music, code, all can be generated instantly, endlessly, and cheaply. The bottleneck is no longer creation, it's attention. By 2026, the internet will be saturated with AI-generated content optimized for engagement. Standing out will be less about skill and more about authenticity, trust, and distribution. Creators won't compete on quality alone. They'll compete on signal. Why authenticity becomes a currency. Ironically, as AI floods the world with synthetic media, human presence becomes more valuable. Real voices, real stories, real accountability. AI CEOs don't emphasize this because it undercuts the idea that AI replaces everything. In reality, AI amplifies those who already have trust and overwhelms those who don't. The fourth thing they don't say, AI will normalize surveillance. Softly. Most people think of surveillance as cameras and tracking. That's outdated. Future surveillance is contextual, predictive, and invisible. AI systems will infer behavior, intent, risk, and productivity without explicit monitoring. This will happen in workplaces first. Performance tracking will shift from hours worked to outcomes predicted. AI will flag inefficiencies before humans notice them. Not maliciously, efficiently. And efficiency is hard to argue against. Why people will accept this voluntarily. The uncomfortable truth is that most people will opt into AI monitoring because it feels helpful. Better recommendations, smarter scheduling, personalized feedback, reduced cognitive load. Surveillance doesn't arrive with force, it arrives with convenience. The fifth thing they don't say: decision-making will drift away from humans. By 2026, AI systems will not just recommend decisions, they will increasingly make them. Not because humans want to give up control, but because speed and complexity demand it. Financial systems already rely on automated decision-making. Logistics, supply chains, hiring filters, and risk assessment are moving the same way. Humans will oversee policies, not individual choices. That's a subtle but profound loss of agency. Why responsibility gets blurry. When AI systems make decisions, accountability becomes diffuse. Who is responsible? The developer, the company, the user, the model? CEOs avoid this topic because there are no clean answers yet. But by 2026, this ambiguity will collide with real-world consequences. The sixth thing they don't say: AI will reshape power, not just productivity. AI is often framed as a productivity multiplier. That's true, but incomplete. AI concentrates power. Those with access to compute, data, and deployment scale gain disproportionate influence. Small differences in capability compound rapidly. This leads to winner-take-most dynamics across industries. AI doesn't just help everyone equally, it amplifies existing advantages. Why small companies will feel the pressure. Startups will still exist, but competition will intensify. When large players can deploy AI agents at scale, experimentation becomes cheap and fast. Markets get saturated quickly. Speed becomes survival. This favors incumbents far more than most CEOs publicly admit. The seventh thing they don't say: education is already behind AI. CEOs often talk about reskilling, but education systems move slowly, and AI moves fast. By 2026, many curricula will be outdated before students graduate. Memorization-based learning will feel obsolete. Static exams will lose relevance. Real skill gap won't be technical, it will be adaptable. Learning how to learn continuously becomes the most valuable skill of all. Why credentials will matter. Less than capability degrees won't disappear, but they'll matter less than demonstrated ability. AI will enable rapid skill acquisition, portfolio-based evaluation, and real-time performance tracking. What you can do will matter more than what you studied. This shift is already happening, quietly. The eighth thing they don't say: emotional AI will change human behavior. AI that understands emotion will reshape interaction. Customer service, therapy, companionship, coaching, all are being transformed by emotionally responsive systems. By 2026, many people will interact with emotionally intelligent AI daily. This will affect the expectations of humans. Patience will drop. Availability will be expected. Consistency will be assumed. Humans will be compared, unfairly, to machines that never tire. AI leaders talk about what excites you. They stay quiet about what transforms you. If this helped you see beyond the hype, like the video and subscribe to NeuroWire Signal, because the future isn't announced, it unfolds quietly, and then all at once.